Good morning. Today is April 25th, and it's about 7:30, 7:45 in the morning, and it was pretty chilly last night, but the sun is coming up. As a matter of fact, it's still about 41, 42 degrees out here. We got some things blooming, some azaleas blooming, some daffodils are still up, some tulips, and we're gonna take a walk around. Yeah, I have steam coming out of my mouth. It's still very chilly. And I've been taking chances with my plants because they've been living out here for a couple of days now. Here go my plant starts on the deck. Here go my callaloo. We had some really heavy rains over the past couple of days, and like yesterday I had to come out here and empty the trays that they're sitting on in because I do bottom water. So I have all kinds of varieties here. I have sun gold, chocolate cherry, some red slicers, Kellogg breakfast, yellow slicer, Berry's crazy cherry, sweet 100. I have all kinds of things here. These peppers are they've been around for a while and they're still doing great. They've been out here since before my kids were on spring break in early April. Like if it's gonna get really bad, I'll bring them in, but I've only had to bring them in maybe twice. The eggplants, the new leaves are fine with the cold, but the old leaves from when I first put them out, it got a little scorched. After I put them outside, we had 2 days of high 80s temperature. Quick little heat wave there. Lots of tomatoes, more tomatoes. I just started these yesterday. Cucumbers, squash, okra. Literally just watered them this morning. The soil was wet yesterday. I started, the peppers, I believe I started in February, and the eggplants. The pansies I started later on, and the basils I started later on as well. Even the basil's been out here in the 40-degree temperature. I feel I might have to take them in tonight because it's supposed to be in the probably about 36, so I probably will take them in tonight. Even my hot peppers have been out here. I'm so bad. Like, I hope they're not terribly affected. But you could tell the difference between my shishito and my bell peppers. They're tolerating it differently. My one struggling lavender. I planted some corn in here too, using the root trainers. I only set up half of them because I don't need that many. My lemon tree has been suffering with the fluctuation in temperatures. It got sun scald. Have 3 here, 2 there, and some more blossoms coming. This might turn into one. This is a hot pepper. This is a hot pepper. These were all in my sunroom, and now I've had them out here for several weeks now because, I just needed my space back. This is from the sun scald. So I'm actually going to take off this entire low branch because that's too low. I might even take off those 2 branches too. But yeah, that's what the plant starts are looking like. I've been slowly trying to plant some things. In here, I have some seeds popping up from the plants I had in here last year. I had some coleuses, I had some calendula, and I think that's all that was in here. It was very pretty. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming up. This is definitely calendula, and I'm not sure if the other ones are coleus. I think they are, but we're gonna prick them out and pot them up because I actually didn't start any yet this year. Forgive that sound. Behind that barrier is the highway. In the house you can't hear it. At some points it sounds like the ocean to me. It doesn't even bother me anymore. And down here at the bottom of the step, I didn't put in my red Russian kale yet. This is a Pablo lettuce. These are my lacinato. And it's already bolting. My bok choy is already bolting. Look at it. I give up. It does this every year. I have some Cosmos in here. All of these are just, so this is the Sugar Rush Peach. This is the Shishito. And this is, I think, a Poblano. I don't even remember. I think it is, though. And I did put some sunflowers in here. They got really leggy because they were behind a taller pot and they were reaching for the light. This is how much water. I'm saving it because it's rainwater. I poured off all the pots that these plants were sitting, that much water. And I spilled some. And I couldn't bother to transport some to the back here, so I actually wasted some. Over here, I have spinach and I believe stock. Nope, it's all spinach. Yep. And here I have my green stalk, which I planted up sometime last week with, a couple weeks ago with the spinach mainly, and then every so often I put a little parsley. We have lettuce on the bottom level. I alternate between the Merlot and the Butter Crunch. This is Marvel Four Seasons, I believe. I have peas. I'm experimenting with tomatoes. It's still alive, but it's struggling because of the cold. And I picked up some strawberry starts, and they look pretty good. I had some strawberries in here last year and they actually didn't make it except for one, and it's not really doing much of anything right now. This tomato, this is a Patio Choice yellow, and this one is a Patio Choice red, and they do great in the green stalk. I have grown them in the green stalk before. Here's another plant start. Forget what this is called. Angelina Stone Crop. That is going in the front yard. I have comfrey, more parsley, lupin, all in from the winter sowing method. And these are delphiniums right here. This whole row. Oh, larkspur rather. Same family. And I really need to pot these up because I swear for the past 3 weeks they've been the same size. This is Rose Campion Lychnis. Oh, we finally have some true leaves on here. This is Columbine. I have four in there. Nothing came up in here. The Alyssum, I still see the same too. This seed starting mix or this potting mix was so barky. My winter sowing would have done significantly better had it not been for this start mix, because the seeds sprouted, they just died because it's all chunks of wood. This one is wild bergamot, and some of my lettuce starts that are waiting to get, I put all that I want in my garden already. I need to give these away. This is yarrow. These I have to put in. My green onions, my nasturtium, and a different kind of Cosmo. This one is called Seashells, and the other variety over there is written on the side. My one zinnia, I don't know if you can see it because I can't even see it. My one zinnia that survived. I planted a whole pack in 2 different places, and that's all I got. It's a new variety from Baker Creek. I don't know what happened. It's probably me. It might be the seeds. I don't know. All right. So over here we have Stella de Oro daylilies. I have them tucked, dotted around. This is a kind of Veronica, also blooming purple. My tulip and my daff. On Saturday, I went through and put some marigolds because when the tulips disappeared, the marigolds would be there to take over. This is a red coneflower. These are alliums, and this is a beautiful daylily, a big one, like a peach coral color with like a burgundy red throat. Same thing over here, and I put some alliums at the corner there. Last year it was sunflowers. I need to cut back the dead part of my hydrangea here. And I guess this needed the rain because it just wasn't coming up before. It's a white cone flower called Pow Pow White that I bought a whole pack of seeds for, and this is literally the only one that is that survived, and it's been sitting at that level for a long time. I started that last summer. I separated a piece of root of the purple cone flower, and that's there. I did dig down, and there is something under there that will come up. Under here I have golden beets. It doesn't look like I had great germination, but at least I can dot in a few things in the places where the beets did not come up. And this looks like a cucumber. What? That's not, hold on. That's a cucumber. I did not plant that there. Okay. There was also something else I saw that I didn't plant there that came up. I'm not sure if it was in this one or the other one. Yeah, there's something right here. It's some kind of a melon or cucurbit. This is the purple cone flower that I took that small piece from. Looking beautiful. These are my carrots. And these are my purple potatoes, if you could see. I'm doing them in grow bags, and I will top it up once it gets a little bit more bushy. No growth on this one yet. The potatoes were actually green, and I didn't want to eat them, so I stuck them in here. I'm not sure if anything will happen with that. Daffodils kind of fading at this point. And my chives. These azaleas, they bloom white, and once they bloom, I'm gonna cut them way back. Right now they're as tall as I am, and I'm I'm almost 5'3", not quite 5. I'm 5'2 3/4", and they're as tall as I am, so they're gonna get cut down to like waist height and trim them up. They've been cut down to waist height before and came back, so I know they'll do fine. Nothing planted in this bed yet. This is where the tomatoes and some of the peppers are gonna go. I see tomatoes popping up in various places inside the bed already. And over here on Saturday, I did put in, these are some Asian greens. I butcher it every time I say it. So Chingjum Soy and Katsuma, or was here. I think I said that right. I have no idea. Some carrots that came up from last year. I actually pulled out a few when I was putting those in, because this whole section was carrots. These are the garlics. These are hardneck type. I don't remember the variety. I would have to check my email from when I ordered it. The tags were there, but of course it was not, like in the ground, so it got blown away. These shallots I purchased probably about maybe a month ago and stuck them in, and they look great. These are some broccoli type plants I put in here, and these are some cabbages. I have purple and regular green cabbage, and they're, at least the green one I know is a miniature type. It's not a really large size. And here go the lettuces I did transplant. And these are elephant garlic. And once I transplant the kale in this bed, because I'm putting everything in this bed so that I can cover it and prevent the squirrels and the butterflies and moths and such from laying their eggs and killing my brassicas. So this red cabbage, red acre is what it is. I don't know, think it's a miniature one, but it's a 76-day variety. Also bought it at the same place I bought the strawberries. And where's the tag for the green one? I know it had miniature in the name, but it's a small variety, so it shouldn't take up too much space. And I'm gonna be very ambitious with my space and actually put some things in here that will stay in here once the cabbages come out. Here goes a tag. It's called Dynamo, and it's a 70 some odd day variety. It's a small one, so we shall see. And I still have garlic. These are from store-bought garlic. I had some pretty good-sized bulbs, and I was like, oh, let me go put them in and see what happens. I believe it was a hard neck. It might have been a soft neck variety. Not sure. Over here is the peach tree, and I cut it back pretty good this year, just so that it wouldn't have so much fruit set, and branches broke off last year and here from the weight of the fruit. So as you can see, the tree is very lopsided. It's all leaning in one direction because all the branches over here broke off. Some of the tulips that survived the squirrel and chipmunk massacre. I'm gonna plant a comfrey at the base of each of these trees. I have the peach tree. These are onions that are going to seed. They've been there for years. This is a PG hydrangea. This is a broadleaf hydrangea, which hasn't bloomed since it's been in there 5 years now. And this is a cocktail or grafted pear tree. Has Botch, Seco, and Bartlett is the other branch I remember. This is a Rosa plum. This is a knockout rose of some sort. Coral knockout rose. The waterway. And this is where we put all the grass. Grass clippings. It kind of suppresses the weeds, and whatever these weeds are, they bloom beautifully in the summer, but it's like taking over everywhere. It's just everywhere. It's even up at the main yard at this point. I love this backdrop behind the highway, the trees. Sometimes you see deers traipsing through. I see the bunnies hopping around back here. It's a nice little habitat. This is I do this every time. I can't remember. I think it's cherry. Yes. This is the cherry tree. It's also a grafted tree. It has 3 types on here, if not 4. No, 3. This is another knockout rose, more of a pink variety. Azalea. Grass clippings. The hardy hibiscus I dug up from up top and put it down here. Hopefully it does well there. This is a poulat. Yeah. Has 4 different varieties on there. Azalea. Some kind of wild rose my coworker gave me when I left. This is another hydrangea that doesn't do well as far as blooming. It's beautiful, but it doesn't bloom. That's a rose. Looks like it perished. I got to get rid of it. I believe it's the same coral variety that's over there. This side of the backyard doesn't get much sun because of these trees and the shed. So all the plants over here are kind of anemic looking. And as you can see, those azaleas are in full bloom. This one is just starting. And that little one over there, yeah, literally is one stem. At least it bloomed. This is a peony I bought on clearance last year. It's doing great. This I did put some tomato cages around the peonies because I know when they do bloom, they are heavy and they do kind of flop over. This is a witch hazel. Same coworker gave me a witch hazel. And here's another rose bush. Huh. It almost looked like it got too cold for it. I just transplanted this iris here. And here is a Baptisia. And the whole garden bed was full of those same little weeds I was talking about earlier. I did kind of flip them over, let them kind of compost in place. The Asiatic lilies are coming up. I did put some marigolds here, and I transplanted the lemon queen sunflower from up top down here, and I sprayed it because every time I put it down here, some animal gets to it. So I'll have to spray it again once this rain has passed. And more of another growing space. This one gets hotter or more sun than this one. So I am going to put my corn here because I want to actually cover it with a mesh material so that the birds don't get to it like it did last year. It was so sad. So I'm going to use a mesh material to cover that this coming year. I grew corn last year. I just didn't get to eat any of it. I forgot to show this. These strawberries are from suckers that I dug up from elsewhere on the property. And these are pink lemonade blueberries, and these are regular blueberries. I believe Patriot. I can't remember. I would have to check my email, check my order. So there's actually 2 in each pot. Coming up this hill, this is where I dug up the hardy hibiscus from. There's another one in here somewhere, but you would never know it from all the grass. Yeah, hosta hibiscus underneath the tuft of grass because the landscaper, this is actually my neighbor's hibiscus. The landscaper doesn't really handle it. It just cuts around it. Another one. It blooms white. It's very pretty, or like a very, very light pink, pale pink. This is a lava flare hydrangea that I'm trying to turn into a standard. We shall see. Only because the other parts of it died. This is those sticks right there. That's a hardy hydrangea, burgundy color. Plenty of weeds. Plenty of lilies. I have diamond rouge. Actually, that is also a diamond rouge, not a lava flare. Diamond rouge, and I have some rudbeckia. Once you have rudbeckia, you always have rudbeckia. I literally dug this up, and they're still there. So, yeah. My Japanese maple is leafing out. I went through and really cleaned it up because it was very, very lollipop-esque, very thick in growth. So I did cut it back a bit and take out some of the extra branches. Azalea. This is some kind of Veronica. This is the Black-Eyed Susan, that rose bush, some ferns that I dug up from elsewhere in this bed and kind of try to strategically place things around. More Black-Eyed Susan, Allium allium, a different kind of fern, My Monet, My Monet Purple Effect. It's a dwarf variety. There's 2 of them in this bed. That's a white astilbe. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 astilbes in this bed. This is a mountain laurel, another Veronica or salvia type plant, some variety of goldenrod. There's a hosta back there. I don't remember putting it there, but I guess I did. This is either a limelight or a little lime. The buckets or the grow pot said one thing and the label said another thing, so we shall see. This crazy looking plant is going to look crazy for a little bit, is a Mount Laurel. Blooms beautiful, but it was entirely too tall, so I had to do a harsh prune. And we shall see. I did at the end of the year after it had pushed out its new growth already. So I have to give it a few seasons to recover. But as you can see, after doing that, there's some growth on the lower branches. So this is the My Monet Purple Effect Weigela. Another geranium. These are from the front. They were pink, and they used to bloom, but they didn't bloom last year. They were actually they looked like they were lacking iron, and they were freshly moved. So they bloom on old wood, so I'm sure I did some damage. But we shall see if they bloom this year. And my Heuchera Corabels. I did spray these as well because the bunny did eat the leaves of those alliums, ate this back to the ground, and same thing there. Either bunny, deer, I don't know what ate it. And under here, I have some hostas coming out of there. And this holly needs to be cut back something serious. It is a beautiful morning. All right, well, here we have some more hostas. I don't remember the name of the varieties, but I just don't remember planting that many. Like, where did that one come from? I don't know. I planted 3, maybe 4, but look, there's another one there. I really don't remember planting that. And I have the mulch, plenty of mulch waiting, and nothing has happened yet. This needs to be cut back too. This is so pretty though. Pinky Winky hydrangea, a beautiful lilac rose. My tulips have been open for a good little while now, so they'll probably be fading soon. I think, I'm not sure about the color. This one's the lilac one. I think that one's pink. That rose is pink. This one's lilac. Yes, it is. Another Pinky Winky, more alliums. This is a piece of sedum that I just put here. I took from over in the main garden bed. More shrubs that need to be cut back. Lady's mantle. I hope these come back. They were in, and then there's a little bit of erosion or loss of soil, so all of them, their roots are kind of exposed. So I hope they really green up. I am gonna fill in the area shortly. I have all kinds of penstemon. Some I started from seed, and this one I bought on clearance. The other one over there I started from seed. Like, I started so many things from seed in the summer of last year, hoping to plant them in fall, which I did, and hoping that they would take off and come back. This one, the Twizzle Blue, did nothing. It's dead, I presume. So we have 3 ladies' mantle right here on the front. We got to cut these back. This is, oh, the geranium is about to bloom. Oh, that's awesome. This is his first year here. I moved it from the side of the house. I have some weeds. My Gara. I had 2 Garas here. They died. They didn't come back. So, yeah, got to figure that out. I know it looks like I have a lot of plants in one space, but there's a reason for my madness. The bleeding heart, as big and beautiful as it is, when it dies back, it goes away completely. And so then that frees up space for the hydrangea that is right behind it. In there, you can see the green leaves for the hydrangea. And so there's a reason for my madness. All these alliums and these irises, all of this in here, this whole planting area is new. This is a lava flare hydrangea. Lava flare hydrangea. This is a Weigela. It blooms a cute little yellow, I think it's a Weigela, yellow blossom. This is a burgundy daylily, ajuga. This is new from I did last year. These from last year, and there's my grass, which I'm not sure is gonna be okay. And this rose bush never disappoints. I gotta make sure to spray it so this year it doesn't look as bad as it did last year. Another bleeding heart, and I always forget the name of this thing. It's a bluebeard gold crest. Bluebeard gold crest. That's what this plant here is. And the lava flare, that's what this is. And here's the penstemon I started from seed. I brought some rudbeckia from the side of the house to right there. And the sedum, I just moved that one from over there in the back. From there, there's a hole right there. Just to kind of group them together. And this is one I started from seed. Ooh, what's this? Oh. Okay, it's a part of the plant. The leaves look a little weird. And there's one under here too. When the bleeding heart dies back, I guess we'll have another, what's the name of it? Larkspur type. Yeah. Delphinium. That's what it is. Delphinium. And there's one under there. And there should be one over here somewhere that I bought from the store, but I don't see it. I saw it earlier in the spring, but it's possible the bunnies ate it because, yeah, that's my struggle. I'm standing here looking for it. I really don't see it, but it was pretty and green earlier in the spring, and I really don't see it. It should be somewhere right in this area. We shall see. All right. All these irises are new. Got them from Shriner's Garden. It's the yellow and white. I thought this would be a pretty grouping. And these, which is one of the reasons I bought them, they're reblooming irises. So that was, this is a sorbet peony, and I did this week put the cages around them to provide a little support. And all my plants lean this way because the sun sets here in the front of the house. And my barberry is blooming. It bloomed for the first time last year. I did not even know that they bloomed, or I never paid attention to the fact that they bloomed. I have 2 Baptisia in here and a sunshine ligustrum. I'm waiting for everything to filling. So most of these things are fairly new. The only thing that is original to this bed is the rose bush. The barberry is original to the bed, but when we moved in, it was right here in this spot. And those were actually lined up elsewhere, like across the front of that area right there. So we just transplanted them over. We did, quite a bit of cutting back and moving things around. Well, I did because I love it out here. And here in the front walkway, not much going on. One lone yellow tulip. Every year I plant stuff there. It never does well. I don't know if it's the slope and the drainage. So I'm looking for some drought tolerant things to put right along. It might be full of sedum because they'll do well and they'll bloom well. And here we have the tulips. This section always does well. And in between the tulips, we have the purple Veronica. And when the tulips and the daffodils die back, I am going to put some plants in the middle there, like the petunias I have started on the back deck. Some of them are for this area to dot in between the Veronica, and they're along the purple burgundy family too. So it works out. And all the bags of mulch that I need to lay down. Over here on the side of the house, actually, I don't think I talked about the clematis. There's a clematis right here. And here we have another one. That one blooms purple. This one is a reblooming clematis from Monrovia. Maria Therese. This is a coral day lily. This is a Asiatic lily. More irises. I bought some David Austin rose. I have 3 of them. I just put them in on Saturday because I knew it was going to pour all day Sunday. I wanted them to be well watered in. So it kind of has my name in it. Is this the right side? It is called Eustacia Vi. My name is Stacy. So I figured that's how I'm going to remember the name, which I still can't remember. And here's another one. They were bare root. And here's another one. And matter of fact, let me move these hydrangea pots so that it could get more sun. And I have some self-seeded snapdragons right there and right there. They're all over this area. I'm going to pluck them up and plant them. Of course I am. And some Johnny Jump Ups violas. Oh yeah. Self-seeded everywhere. Yeah, so snapdragon. I'll leave that there because it's actually in a flower bed. The original Veronicas. This one. I have some lemon balm here. It hasn't taken over yet. I have some red poppies. Red oriental poppy. And the rest of the plants that I need to plant. And that's literally it. I'm gonna top up my garden beds with some compost and some mulch. Oh, that rose was there when we moved in. I think it's a David Austin. It smells awesome. It's a beautiful pink and it has a lot of petals. These look more like, what do you call them? Like hybrid tea roses. They're the regular burgundy ones that you see everywhere. This one and that one. But yeah, I guess I should go to work now. Have a good day, all. Oh, I just had to show my seedlings one more time. They're doing great. I might have to bring them in tonight, but they usually just live right there on the floor inside the sunroom. They're doing great.